Let's talk about pay. Last year, after fending off an unprecedented attack on our pensions, we were offered a 2% pay increase. If you factor in inflation, that's the 9th pay cut in a row. Since 2009, the value of staff salaries has dropped by over 17%, or over 11%, depending on how you measure inflation. A staff member on median pay would be earning between £4,000 and £6,000 more today if pay had kept pace with inflation. When we talk about university staff, we're talking about everyone. Lecturers, technicians, cleaners, support staff, librarians. Everyone's faced spiralling living costs since 2009. As a caseworker, I've seen firsthand the havoc this can play with people's lives. Let's take Cambridge, where staff on low pay grades are struggling to pay rent. Our own Vice-Chancellor conceded that staff aren't paid enough. But when we wrote to him a few months ago to ask what the university was going to do about it, he talked about constraints and compromises. These constraints and compromises don't seem to apply when it comes to the senior levels of the university. In a recent report, the university showed just how unwilling it is to be open about senior pay. The only thing that's really going to secure fairer, better pay for all staff, not just a select few, is action on the national pay scale. Since 2009, cash reserves in the higher education sector have ballooned. Yet, at the same time, the amount spent on staff, as a percentage of university income, has dropped and continues to fall. That's why the union's calling for a 7.5% pay increase. This is affordable for employers. It will restore our wages to some sort of parity with public sector workers, and it would make a world of difference to staff struggling with rising living costs. There are uncertainties ahead for UK higher education, but the sector is in historically good health. The real question we need to ask ourselves is whether we as staff can afford to keep letting our pay and conditions decline year after year. The employers haven't shown any will to address the serious problems affecting the sector, and as the last year has shown, we can't rely on their goodwill alone. That's why we need a national vote for action, and that's why I'm voting for strike action and action short of a strike. It's time to build a fairer university.